Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anu and I make videos from the province of Alberta in Canada. I hope you're doing well wherever you're watching from. From the title, you already know that my grandma is joining me in this recipe today. So yeah, if you want to see how we made this wonderful, juicy, moist moimoi, then yeah, let's go to my kitchen and I'll show you how.
You and me, we meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
For those who don't know, moin-moin is basically beans pudding. So beans that is blended. So the first thing that we need for this recipe is beans, and this is just like regular brown beans. I get mine from the African store because I noticed that most grocery stores don't carry this one. And then I'm also using some red bell peppers. So typically you would use like long bell peppers or long peppers, but this is what I have in Canada here that's closest to it. And then I'm using 2 onions, so 1 white and 1 onion. That's just random. It is not you can use any color of onion you have. And then I'm also using some ginger, so I'm just blending some ginger in as well. And then I have 2 scotch bonnets, so habanero pepper, however you call it. And then I have some garlic as well. So these are the things that I'm going to be blending with the pepper. And then in addition to this as well, I also have some crayfish. So I have crayfish that's not ground, so just crayfish, and I'm going to rinse that before I use it. And then I'm also using some palm oil. This is about 3 cups of palm oil, and the beans was about 6 cups of beans. And then some salt, and that's all the seasoning that I'm adding to this moimoi. I know you guys are eager to hear grandma's voice, but just before we bring grandma on, I'm just going to tell you a few more things. So I'm using this moin cooking pouches instead of the typical leaves. So they use like leaves to make moin typically in Nigeria, but because we don't have these leaves here in Canada, I'm going to be using this cooking pouches. And I want to say a shout out to Shay for sharing. I think she got 50 of them and she shared in half, so I got 25 and she kept 25 for herself. And these pouches have been super useful in making moimoi. I mean, I can explore and use them for other things. Yeah, so the first thing to do to your beans is actually to peel them. And I don't know why. I know you can use a blender to peel your beans, but I just prefer to use my hands because sometimes the blender kind of blends the beans if you're not very careful. Some people are experts at this, but I prefer to use my hands to peel my beans. So I just soaked it for like 2 minutes, and then I started peeling, and they came off really easily. It shouldn't take too long, like 30 to 45 minutes. Yeah, so if you don't have 30 to 45 minutes, you might as well just try your hands using your blender to peel your beans. And you want it completely white and clean like this. And so after peeling and making sure that everything was clean, I just then rinsed it and put it in a pot, and then I put hot water for it to soak for a couple of hours. So the beans is clean now. I'm basically just rinsing it, and I'm going to transfer it into a pot so that when I add the hot water, it doesn't kind of like melt the plastic that I have the beans in right now. So yeah, I'm transferring it from this bowl into a pot, and then I'm going to add hot water to it so that it can soften before I start to blend. While I'm doing that, I'm just going to give you guys a brief history of my grandma, whose voice you'll be hearing very soon. And I'm so excited that she's on my channel one way or the other. Even though we are not physically together, she's able to still feature in my channel. My grandma is actually royalty. So you guys are going to be hearing the voice of a princess. Yes, her father used to be the king of Ikorodu. If you're from Nigeria, you know Ikorodu. And her father's statue actually used to be in the center of the city at that time. I'm not sure if that statue is does still exist. I'm gonna have to confirm from grandma, but yeah, she is royalty. Yeah, I'm not gonna mention any names, but just know that my grandma is royalty. She's a princess, and I am also, that makes me a princess, right? Yeah, so we're actually royalty. Yeah, okay. So here I'm just blending the peppers. I washed them and cut them up into pieces, and then I'm blending them. So I'm blending the bell peppers, the onions, the scotch bonnet, and the crayfish together, so that I have like a mixture that I'm gonna add to the beans when the time comes. Those people who live in countries that are not in Africa, or let me speak for Nigeria, those people who don't live in Nigeria, you know the struggle of blending your beans and, you know, like dry grains like that to a smooth paste. Because, you know, typically in Nigeria you would have like a place where you would take your beans to and you blend it, is so smooth. The blenders or typical blenders don't really do a good job of blending smoothly, but I recently found out that you can use this smoothie cup to blend your beans, and it comes out like smooth and fluffy. Like, guys, when I just one day I was just blending the beans and it wasn't blending as smoothly as I wanted it to, and I tried, I'm like, oh, well, this cup blends frozen fruits and it comes out like a smoothie. So I mean, the beans has been soaking in hot water for 2 hours. It shouldn't be too much of a job for a smoothie cup to do. And guys, this is like a discovery for me, which I thought I would share with you guys. So just use, if you have a smoothie cup, you can use it to blend your beans and it comes out perfectly smooth. I don't know what I was going to say. It comes out smooth and perfect, and so that when you're mixing your beans for your moimoi and when you're eating it, it doesn't you don't feel those grains on your tongue. It's smooth and you'd enjoy it. So yeah, this is, and I'm just going to show you guys the consistency. I mean, look at how smooth it is. It looks exactly like it would look when you take it to like the meal in the local places back in Nigeria. Drum roll. The next voice that you'll be hearing is my grandma's. So yeah, put on your seatbelt and you hear my grandma speak. Oh, and by the way, I'm just heating up the oil, and you will know why. Grandma will tell you why we're doing this. Hello. Okay, so grandma,
Hello?
hey, we'll speak in English so that I don't have to translate for them.
Okay. Baba de tabo e fara mo. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
ma. So, grandma, what are the main ingredients that you think makes moimoi sweet that you add to your moimoi? What are the key things that you think you add to your moimoi that makes it sweet?
Beans, pepper, onions.
Okay.
You can put fish, like Titus fish,
Okay.
or egg,
Okay.
or crayfish.
Okay. Okay, grandma. Okay. Yes, because grandma's moimoi is always very phenomenal. Like, that's what we used to eat when we were growing up. So you know, her moimoi was very delicious. And okay, grandma, I always see you also that you put warm water when you're mixing the moimoi. Why do you put warm water instead of cold water?
if it is oil, palm oil you are using, you have to warm the palm oil so that it will not clot.
Okay.
Then the warm water will also help the palm oil to dissolve well in the beans when you are mixing it.
Yes. Okay. So it's important to first of all heat up the oil, and then to keep
Yes.
the oil,
It mustn't be too hot.
yes, not too hot. And then it's also important to add warm water so that the oil will stay melted in the beans.
Yes, will mix well with the moimoi.
Okay.
And if it is a vegetable oil, you don't need to warm it. You just put it like that.
Okay. Okay. Okay, and then also I know that you always mix it a lot too. Like you mix and mix and mix before you start putting it in the leaves. Why?
Mm. So that all the ingredients will mix together very well.
Okay. Okay, ma. Okay, thank you, Grandma. Is there and
Okay.
Grandma, you're 83 years old on this earth. Is there any advice? Is there any advice that you want to give my subscribers, the people that watch my videos, that like a life lesson, maybe like something you've learned in this life, because I know you tell us to pray a lot, apart from that, or if it's that as well, what other advice do you have for people listening?
Cleanliness is one of the important things.
Yes.
Once somebody is clean, you eat, you clean your body and you make sure you eat good food.
Yes. Okay.
And fruits.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Grandma. And I know that Grandma also always tells us to pray. Like she tells her grandchildren and her children to always pray. Like she's a very prayerful woman, and she always encourages us to pray as well, like my mom says too. Okay, thank you very much, Grandma. Maybe one day we'll see you, like we'll video you, and you'll be here on the channel so that everybody can see your beautiful face.
It's okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Grandma. So yeah, you guys, that was my grandma. I hope you learned one or two things. So I'm just adding hot water into the moimoi pot so that it can start boiling fast, and then I'm going to cover it to cook for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. And yeah, I made like 23 pouches of moimoi, so that's why it's in a big pot like this. Yeah. And once it was ready, this is how it came out. It was so smooth, very perfect, like very delicious, and super soft, like I like it. I don't like my moimoi too hard. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope you've learned one or two tips on how to make moimoi or beans pudding. Yeah, so if you have, please give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't, share this video if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.